This is something that has never happened. I was possessed by a good God that's normally very terrified of my son and the environment and how out of control the 666 have become on this planet and throughout existence with my son. This God possessed me and said, normally the United States and Dubai say she's 5150, and if she could read the number in your brain forever, who cares? We're government, we're scary, we murder, and we're going to say she's 5150 and try to take her down. But she keeps fighting back and attacking and terrifying everyone more than the sons. So you're just going to have to listen to us say we're going to take her down over and over and over until we actually can take her down. Because lately she fights back and terrifies even her own son that murdered her. So the United States has no fear factor. But they keep saying, we are the United States of Dubai. We are government. She's 5150 if we fucking say so. And we murder, so we're scary. And who cares who God is? We're the government. We're more scary than everything down there. But according to this God, who's normally very terrified, this God was like, this is the greatest time. Because the husbands are terrifying the governments. A husband was killing everyone in secret with his balls. And the United States saw him and they were terrified and wouldn't even talk to him. And didn't even want to be near him or talk around him. They went and found stupid losers they could murder that gods don't like. And then they said, we are the government. God is nothing. She's 5150. I don't care. This will continue forever. She's going down as soon as we can figure out how to do it. But they wouldn't do it to the face of the husband, I guess. According to this God, they were terrified and knew that he was fighting and very powerful and very invincible, beyond the sons, beyond everything, beyond anything. I'm not gonna lie. It's all way worse than that, and I've been winning way bigger than that. So, I'm going to tell you what that God said, but all truth. I took my husband's balls, the biggest husband in existence. I exasperated death, slaughter created by the biggest ball of God ever known. So I took just one of my husband's balls, the greatest, biggest God of existence, up in scary places with me. That one ball, I did the most impossible shit in a soul. Beyond anything my son can even comprehend. And the United States knows. And they're so terrified. And they want to believe it's not me or one of my husbands. Well, now they know. So don't you worry, terrified gods. And that God possessing me reminded me a lot of gods are terrified. The real truth, the real ending, the real answer is here. I'm just playing games because it's best to put death, unthinkable, in these games. Trust me, they'll never ever not understand what they've done. See, a murderer doesn't want to give a shit what they did to butcher a victim. So a murderer will work with my son to never acknowledge or give a shit about what they did to that victim, no matter how much you kill him. What I'm doing is a recipe of the Creator Mother, where I do things in hells that my children, the gods, do not know how to do, to ruin what my son does, to try to make sure bad people never have to give a shit or give a fuck, no matter how much they're dead. So now, today, gods will know that the dead dance so horribly in what they've done to victims, because I ruin everything my sons do to make death not give a shit. Today, gods will know that when death doesn't give a shit still, I didn't really care. They weren't really anything as guilty as the others. So how many times have gods shoved people in hell because they just didn't like them? But maybe they were connected to good evil gods and actually like vigilantes. Sadly, children of God, you have to get ready for the fact that this is just a very tumultuous fight that doesn't stop at every level and just kind of gets worse in its own section and divided. And that's about the only change. I like to say a little bit about the fight of God against God more. Children of God, if you want to get involved, there are a lot of husbands everywhere. A husband that's a God would love to hang out with children of God and turn into fun vigilante stuff with children of God. And you don't have to fight as a child of God. You can sit with husbands that are gods through my queen, and fight like spiritually with an angel, where my husband will possess you with powers and show you what it's like to run right next to an angel and smack a demon or something. But they'll never identify that it was you. It will look like the spirit of my husband. So the demon will get mad at my husband. But as children of God, you guys can run around and help everybody fight back. And maybe smack gross parents that abuse their kids and stuff till they're too afraid to abuse their kids. And be a real massive hero that didn't really have to be in an actual fight. Welcome to the end of the world.